Welcome and good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is a special day because we have a special episode. Today is our 100th episode of Talent Talk. And with me today, as usual, who do we got first up? We have got our two guests. I am bringing on first our girl, Davina Clardy.
Woo woo! Good morning. Happy Monday. So good to see you.
I know.
Still got the Christmas ornamentation lights are on. I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, behind me. I'm sitting in the living room, and this place was a disaster yesterday, like a whirlwind of present wrapping. But before we get into that, let's bring on our co-host with us, Jurgen Robinson.
Where is he? My eyes watering. What is he doing? He disappeared. I was like, "Are you sure?"
It's like Jack in the Box or Jurgen.
Yeah, just wanted to pop into view. You know, we're starting a little bit late, so may as well pop it off with a little something there.
Oh, Jurgen, it's all good. Yes. And I don't know. Today it's episode 100. I know it was kind of, I feel like we just need a do-over. Like our energy this morning was just because there was no music on the intro part of the 100, and then Steve is like, and then Jurgen's up. I'm feeling like, woo, we need to ramp it up, for 100.
We're at 6. We need to bring it up to about a 9 or a 10.
Right.
Right. Easy.
Well, actually,
all we need to do is a little pendiculation, stretch it on out, and we got ourselves some energy then.
That definitely, that is one of the words that we've learned here this year on Talent Talk. We used to do a word of the day. And that was one that kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm. It was a good word, too.
Out of the word of the day, that is the one word that stuck with me because I do it every day. Every time I do it, I think, ooh, I'm pandiculating. What is pandiculation? It's stretching of the upper torso here. And I do that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, today can be very reminiscent of the way we started all this. We started this on was it the very first day of the restrictions in March? Is that when we started doing these?
It was right when they
very close to that, yeah.
And then what we did is we just wanted to come aboard and just talk with people, just let you know that we're here, give you some information, and then over time we've morphed into more of a format with a guest. In addition to doing our Talent Talk market update on Fridays, occasionally tossing in something on a community spotlight or a book review, but just ways to keep in good communication, have a relationship with people, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
When the
we're
Go ahead, Davina.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, going back to like when we first started, when the governor first put out the orders, and we were staying home. It was a great way to connect. Stay in front of people, engaged, because business changed, things changed. We adapted, we shifted, and being able to get out there and just kind of connect with our folks. This was a great platform to do so, and even continue still doing it.
Absolutely. I think, we, and in one of the beginning shows, we had said, let's, what is something you want to start or something you want to do? I can't remember exactly what you guys had said, but I remember You don't remember what you said, or you do?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I remember what I said I wanted to start, and that was exercising. So I said, okay, I'm going to start exercising. And you know what was pretty cool is that to this day, I had a break, had a little bit of a break of a few weeks, but to this day, actually have maintained doing the morning exercise routine. So I created a new habit this year, which has been pretty cool. What did you guys say that you were going to commit to do this year?
Meditation. And I'm still meditating on it.
Right now, right?
No, it's still something. I've started it a couple times. I haven't made it grab a hold yet, but it's still something that when I've done it, it's been very good. It's just been difficult to make it that strong habit, but absolutely. I have really enjoyed starting into the mindfulness on meditation and intend to continue to work on that.
I definitely feel you there, Jurgen. I meditate once a day, every day after work. I just go there and I go to that place.
After a big meal?
After a big meal, yes. And I go there and I close my eyes and I think. And I could probably meditate for about a good half hour. Just.
Yeah. That's good.
And I'm refreshed.
That movie theater in the mind.
Yes. Yes. But I think I remember looking back, I think mine's had something to do with like fast food or something, and not eating as much fast food. It worked out a little bit. So.
Yeah. If you've ever seen me eat, everything is fast food for me. Oh.
You know, I think, and I don't know, I'm kind of just throwing this out there. One of the people that has been really an integral part of our broadcasts is Christy. And she normally pops on at the end of the program to share the trivia question. But I honestly feel like she needs to be part of our 100th episode. And I know this wasn't like planned or anything, but Christy, would you want to just come on and we can just include you in on, look, there she is.
Guys, I wasn't ready today. Oh my goodness.
Well, I know. I mean, I just feel like, just with, we've come a really long way. Here we are at the end of the year. We didn't even plan for 100 episodes, right? I mean, when we started this, it was like, okay, let's just do something because things are shutting down and we need to show up. And we just went with it. And we were going 7 days a week. And then we're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Then we went 5 days a week. And then we were like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And we cut it down to 3. And then we settled on our one Monday a week with the other things that we do during the week. So, but thank you for hanging and sticking and being the backbone of the stuff that we see and whatnot. So I just figured, why not have Christy pop in?
Well,
it's been crazy. It's been great. I think that we've learned a lot throughout these talent talks, not only with our guests, but working things in the back end and making sure that we stick to schedule. And it's been super fun. It's been great.
Yeah. No, there's always something that's going on, and then just the fact of it helps us through this. And do you guys feel the same way between this and the market updates and trying to communicate? It feels like it really gets me to be a little more intentional about looking at things. I tend to, not that I wouldn't already, but just making sure I'm being very intentional about looking at the market news, the things that are going on, because the last thing I want to be, one of the trivia words that I learned during the year was ultra-crepidarian, which is someone who talks about things that they don't know and that they don't have the authority to actually talk about. And I don't want to be an ultra-crepidarian. So I actually go out and try to look at, I do a little more research than I might even normally do, just because I really want to make sure we're delivering value, right?
I learned something new today. Ultra Crepidarian. I didn't remember that one.
I couldn't. I don't think I could. All I could remember is maybe Ultra, and then the rest is out of the brain.
Yeah. Ultra
Crepidarian.
Felt like a superhero there.
So here's a thing with COVID and I say cutbacks, but restrictions. And one of the things that we haven't been able to do, or you haven't felt maybe not safe doing it, but now we can't even do it because in many areas they're shut down, are movie theaters, going to the movies. And so in lieu of that, a lot of the movie companies, they've either held back on movies or they've actually released the movies at the same time that they're being released nationwide. Because we're not the only, Washington is restricted. There's other states, they're going to the movies. Life is normal in some aspects. So, but here, we know that there's still opportunity to see the fresh new releases. And I know there are even, so I'm curious. I am so behind the times when it comes to movies, but I know that there was a movie that I really wanted to see on Christmas Day, and there were a couple of new releases, and I actually subscribed to some of the service providers so that I could actually see them. Any movies that you guys saw or wanted to see this year that you didn't get to see on the big screen but got to see here, or that you got to see on the big screen? Any feedback?
Go ahead.
One of the ones that came to mind last week, we were talking about movies in a meeting, and we were having this movie trivia, and one of the trivia questions regarding movies was the movie Elf, which is a older.
Did you finally watch it?
I finally watched it this weekend, and it was surprisingly good, and we enjoyed it. So it was a Will Ferrell movie, and he's a big man elf looking for his dad, and it was surprisingly good. So, but there's my movie that I watched this weekend. It was good. We've been watching a whole lot of like old movies that.
Yeah. And then talking about new movies, I know this weekend, me and my husband watched a movie. I'm a huge Disney fan, especially Pixar. We did watch Soul. I know me and Jurgen were talking about that right before coming on. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. Great movie. If you haven't watched it, go ahead. Go watch it with your kids, with your family, with whoever. It was definitely worth it.
You don't even need kids for that one. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie.
Yeah. Definitely. I've noticed that Pixar movies have gotten deeper. Like before, Toy Story, like mostly about toys. And I don't know if because I was younger, I only understood the toy part. But as I've gotten older, Pixar movies, like wow, it really makes you like look in and think, and it's crazy.
Pixar is really good at tugging at the heartstrings. Like they have that whole emotional thing. Like they're gonna pull you in.
Yeah, and that was good. I did watch Soul, and at the end of the movie, I actually wanted to be a better person. I was like, wow.
Yeah. If I had not had my tear ducts surgically removed, I may have cried, but yes.
Were there any other movies that came out? I heard Wonder Woman came out. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Yeah. That's actually what Davina was mentioning, and I was excited to watch it, but man, the first one was really well made. This one just it didn't capture the same feeling, and really some of the CGI parts just didn't hit quite right for me. Davina, you were mentioning too?
Yeah, it was. It was interesting enough to keep me captivated, like what's going to happen next, but it was not the same. I talked to the kids about it too, and they're like, the beginning was really good, and then it was kind of like it was a okay movie.
Yeah.
So,
Did are you guys watching The Mandalorian or no?
Yes.
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 Okay. First and foremost, phenomenal, right? The Mandalorian, the last episode sees. Oh my gosh, that yeah.
Now we have to wait a whole year to see the next one. I can't. But that explains me why we're naming our son Lucas. By the way, we are huge Star Wars fans.
Oh, okay. So the Maxwell Lord, who's the main villain on Wonder Woman 84, is the Mandalorian.
Yes, the same guy from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so yeah. So, but he does not look like Mando.
I've seen a couple of episodes, or maybe one off and on of The Mandalorian, but I have to tell you, I didn't even know what it was. And I don't want to offend anyone, but I didn't even know what it was. First, I thought it was the Mandalorian was like, they were talking about the man that made the DeLorean. I'm like, why are they talking
It
about
is.
Really old?
Well, they went back to the future.
Yeah. And then I was thinking of a what are the things that is it the mandolin? What are the things so I was like, really, like, what is, okay, I'm going to stop talking because I probably.
If you actually watched it, you would see he goes around just strumming a mandolin the whole time. It's really.
like Baby Yoda is really cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing. I mean, you don't even have to be a big Star Wars fan. It will make, for a lot of people, it will make them fall in love with Star Wars. Because I think a lot of people kind of fell out of love with Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And they did such a phenomenal job of wrapping it in and just.
Yeah, no, it was. And that last episode, I was like, it has you at the edge of your seat. Oh my God, no, I couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, when you're referencing that, I was honestly not on the edge of my seat. I was out of my seat going, no, what? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. We had to be careful because we couldn't, I was off social media for 2 straight days because it comes out on Friday. It was Sunday, I think, morning when we were trying to watch it, and my husband had already seen spoilers, and I was like, don't tell me. So he's like watching me straight looking at the TV, because I had no idea. He already knew what was happening because they ruined it for him, but oh my God.
I'm kind of back there with Steve, just trying to catch up on the old stuff,
What's that?
I
said I'm just kind of sitting back there with Steve, trying to catch up on the old stuff,
tell you what, Steve, I'll try not to ruin the Friends finale for you, okay?
Oh, I appreciate that because I haven't caught that one either.
I did though. One of the movies and it wasn't a movie. We didn't have HBO Max until 2 days ago. So, but I did get to watch the reunion for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So
that's one I do want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of great shows that came out in 2020. I'm not sure about movies. I wasn't that thrilled with our movie selection.
Yeah.
But I think there was a bunch of great shows, and I know definitely I've joined a bunch of different streaming services they were supposed to be 7-day trials, and I'm still paying for them, so I need to get on that and get off. But we had a bunch of great shows. Tiger King in the beginning of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Amazing.
Does that even exist? Is it even on anymore?
Oh, you can go back and stream it if you want, but
yeah, I think it's that first season, and then I know Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars, which I heard was a whole other story. But oh my God, I miss Jurgen's references to Tiger King. Those never get old.
Yeah, I was keeping them back for a moment, but you know what? There are so many streaming services out there, and sometimes you're trying to find a show or a movie or something else, and there is a site called, I think, justwatch.com. So if you are looking to see if it is streaming on a service, you can go to Just Watch and you can type in the show or the movie or something. You don't have to subscribe. Apparently, there's some kind of subscription you can do to it as well. But you can go on there, type justwatch.com, and you can actually see if it's streaming somewhere for free, or do you have to rent it or something else.
Just Watch, okay.
Hi, Sherilyn. Or Sherilyn. Excuse me. Whoops.
Do you guys have any, I keep asking questions. I don't know. I'm
What's
just,
that?
New Year's resolutions. We talked about, this year, kind of some goals that we wanted to, do through COVID, or habits we wanted to create. And now here we are. It's the 28th. There's 3 more days left. And now it's, New Year's resolution time, right? And last year, New Year's, I don't think I had a resolution last year for New Year's. I'm trying to think of if I even have one this year. I don't know that I've actually created a New Year's resolution for this year. Like something that I want to, there's always something I want to change, but I never said on January 1st, I'm going to start doing this. Have you guys thought of any resolutions for this year that you want to start on the 1st?
I've realized being in my house so long during COVID that my house is a mess, and I've learned to live like a mess. So I'm trying, one of my goals for 2021 is to reorganize and make sure I have like storage for everything so that everything has a place. Because right now it's just like chaos. So I want to be better at that. I want to make sure that my house is more organized.
I like that. I think I'm going to start making notes on what everyone else's resolutions are. And maybe I'll get some.
You're going to come by my house next year.
Good though.
So, David, you're asking Sherilyn what her resolution is, right?
Yeah, Sherilyn, what is your New Year's resolution?
And okay, I'm missing a step. There were 4 steps. I like watching things to understand a little bit better. And for a lot of resolutions, there are kind of 4 steps to a resolution, and why a lot of people end up failing with New Year's resolutions. First is figuring out, and I think I have this right, but I could be just a little bit off, but I'm right about number 4. The first step is, figuring out what that resolution is, what it is that's going to resonate with you, that you want to do something different and better, or make a change of a habit. The second step is getting prepared. People start to get prepped. Okay, I figured out what I want to do, and now I've got to get ready. So people spend a lot of time on that resolution, getting ready to do the resolution. So steps 1, steps 2, people tend to do a good job with. Step 3 is do it. That is good, right? You have to get started in the resolution. But what happens is most people fail at step 4, which is continuing on, right? So once you start the resolution, continuing, because most often than not, people go in with a resolution not anticipating or expecting that they're going to fail, that they're going to trip up, that they're going to falter as they're moving forward. But that's a part of the growth. So being able to give yourself enough grace to falter, to pick yourself up, and then continue to go on from there, to understand that that is a part of the process. That's where most resolutions fail. When people have that first hiccup, oh, this isn't right for me. Oh, I can't do it. But those are the voices they start to hear, and then they fall off the wagon. So it's that last step, that continuation, that consistency, and understanding that, yeah, you will fail, but it's through the failure that you get stronger. It's the breakdowns that are the buildups, right?
Mm-hmm. That self-discipline.
It's the setbacks that are the setups, right? I think
What's
that's
that?
the thing with starting anything new. I said it's the setbacks that are the setups, actually. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the thing with starting anything new is, first of all, why do you want to do it? And, what are your expectations out of it? And then making sure that you're taking those baby steps. Because, you say, how do you eat an elephant? It's like one bite at a time. So whatever you're doing, you have to understand and realize that you're probably not going to get the full results in the first month, or maybe even the second month or the third month. It's a journey, and you have to enjoy the journey and have expectations that you're going to get there, but it's probably going to take a while. So you got to be patient. And like you said, that was really good. Just do it and be consistent. And then when you fall, just get up, brush off your shoulder, blow off the dust and keep going.
Yeah, understand. Like, go in with the expectation you're going to have little failures along the way, and that's okay. It's not about the. That is not a confirmation that you are a failure. You just missed, because with working out, you miss a day, and then the day becomes 2, and then before long you feel like, oh, this isn't working out, and then before long you're just back to the old habits, and you never gave it a chance to become something new.
Yeah, that's life. That's good. That's good advice.
Sorry, I started laughing because when you said, how do you eat an elephant? Here in the background, I hear everything. So I was thinking about last time when Jurgen said with a fork and a knife. Oh my God. Oh,
Right.
Here we go.
So, Sherilyn.
Nice.
Yeah. I bought a used van this year, and now I want to upgrade some parts and deep clean the carpet and fix it up. She is my baby, and I only bought her for $500, but she runs like a charm. Wow, that sounds like a screaming deal.
Oh, that sounds like a fun project.
Yeah. So deep clean the carpets, fixing it up. Yep, sounds like fun.
I'm so happy that there are people in the world who love to do things like that. I enjoy seeing things come to life, but I also understand some of the limitations for myself. My dad was brilliant at taking things apart, putting things back together. I can just do the first half of that. I can take things apart, but I am not mechanically inclined, unfortunately. That was not the talent I was gifted.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'll keep talking. Go ahead, Steve.
No, Jurgen was talking about that. I remember when I was younger, just being able to like rip stuff apart and just try to put it back together. And that was always a fun thing. We don't see too much of that, I guess, with maybe some of the younger generation, the tablet, the phone, generation, where they're out there and they're like playing in the yard and doing stuff outside and ripping like bikes apart. And
well, I have a funny story about that. So my cousin was just like that. He'd come over to our house and he'd take all our stuff apart because he loved the mechanics of it. Mm-hmm. So he used to do that with my bike. Little did I know that he took the brakes off my bike when face plant. It was horrible. I still have scars on both my arms because of it. So I don't know. Kind of.
It's important to put it back together the right way.
Yeah, no, he would just take it apart. We had like a Barbie Jeep. Wanted to look at the battery. He'd take that apart. It was a mess.
Yeah, my sister would tell you I took the heads off of her Barbie and just didn't put those back together either.
Oh, no. All right, Sherilyn, I already replaced all the handles myself. YouTube videos are the best help. Definitely.
That's awesome.
And that's something like what she's talking about of people refurbishing like old cars or buses, things like that. 2020, the year of TikTok, I know, but all over TikTok, people are doing that. People are refurbishing like old vans and like reducing and like small living or like mobile living. It's been crazy. Yeah, it's been super interesting to see what people are able to like come up with and remodel, redo from like. Mm-hmm. You'll see it's like a clunker. It's like an old bus, and then it looks gorgeous. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, they've got so many different types of tips, from YouTube where they kind of almost like pare them down into like the TikTok format so that it's really quick. And there was one where people are essentially out for their blood because the lady had a way of getting ground beef to be less fatty by washing it underwater. And you can't do that to ground beef.
No, it dries it out way too much. I remember watching the video. I was like, "No, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Wow.
She was rinsing ground beef underwater as a health tip, and that is just tear up some paper and throw it in your dish. Then I mean that's about what you're doing now.
Yeah. This is definitely being helpful for me and kind of figuring out what I'm thinking Now, I've thought about this for quite a while, and I don't know if this is kind of like if this is even realistic, but one of the things I would love to do is get a hobby. Like if someone were to say, Davina, what do you enjoy? Like, what do you do, or what do you do for fun, or what do you like? And some people like to go shop, and some people like to read, and some like to, they're involved in dance, or they do art. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what I enjoy doing to the extent of that I could call it a hobby. Whether it's sewing or crocheting. I've crocheted before, and I've made blankets and hats and scarves. Can't you see me doing that? No. But I don't know. So maybe I need to figure out this. I'm
going to start making ASMR videos. Hello, this is paper.
Oh my gosh. Figure out a hobby. I need a hobby.
I'm kind of with you on that, Davina. I feel like I know my husband has like video games, or he loves going to the range. He has his trucks, like he is always doing, and I'm not. There's like nothing that eating and watching TV is not really a hobby. So I need to pick something. We started gardening in the beginning of 2020 though. One of my goals for 2020 was to eat more vegetables. So we started gardening, and we did start eating vegetables. So now I actually eat green stuff other than green M&Ms. Yes, definitely. It's been great. So I've been learning to eat vegetables, but I don't know. There hasn't been anything that sticks. I did crocheting for a little bit. My scarves were horrible. They're not, they were not great. So I don't know. I don't know what, I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Donna.
Crocheting. Maybe we need to start a crochet club.
Well, Donna and Sherilyn will join. Okay. You know what? This year, I do like some things that are new. You know what? I actually enjoy cooking. I enjoy eating, but I also enjoy cooking. But sometimes, it's very busy or tough to get to, sometimes prep, etc. Oh gosh. You know what? I have a new best friend now. It is the Ninja Grill. It's the smokeless indoor Ninja Grill. It also is an air fryer and a dehydrator, but it is fantastic. It does it quickly, keeps the smoke out of indoors, and yeah, I'm absolutely enjoying a new appliance right now. So it's a Donna can be just a little bit jealous because I think it's a love affair at the moment, but but it's out in the open.
Jurgen, I don't know if anything is going to break the love affair for you and your earpiece. I mean, like, even you're wearing it now. You don't even realize it.
Well, yeah, Donna calls it a mistress, but again, it's right out in the open, so it's.
I think I saw him without it once, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's naked!" Like, there's just no earpiece. Like, what's going on?
Well, if you notice, if I take it out, my head leans to the other side just because it's not weighted right. So. Yeah. At this point, I actually kind of keep it in because the hearing on this side is so much louder. If I take it out, everything is amplified. So.
No, I'm kind of with you on that with the cooking. I do love to cook, but I hate cleaning. So sometimes I'm just like, it's not worth it. Like, if I'm gonna have to because I use lots of pots and pans when I cook like one thing. So it's like, is it really worth cooking like and cleaning 5 different pans? Like, I don't know. Or just take out. Like, I don't know. I do love to cook though. Like, I love it, but not worth it for me sometimes.
Yeah, Donna's not jealous of me cooking, but she occasionally is jealous of the earpiece, I think. She wants to be in that ear. That sounds weird to say. She's going to like shrink down in size and crawl in. Just sit on my earlobe, swinging her legs.
Oh my gosh. Well, look at the time. It's already 9. Here we are reminiscing and dreaming. Gosh, what's next? What's next for us?
In 2021? Wow. Well, first and foremost, I mean, as far as we're concerned with some of the news we bring everybody, real estate, any prognostication, the forecasts, etc., all call for a very active year in real estate. It's very likely to be more of what we saw in this year, maybe even amplified a little bit, with a very strong market for sellers. Kind of on buyers, it's still going to be a seller's market, but interest rates are expected to stay low through this year and probably through next.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If we're talking on the real estate side of things, yes, for sure. I think we're in for a really solid, a good year on both sides in real estate. What is it that you're, Christy and Steve? Well, I guess what is it you guys are looking forward to next year?
A baby.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm both excited and terrified. You know what I mean? Like having another human that you have to take care of, and it's super first for us. So
yeah. I don't know. You can take care of it when it's convenient.
Christy is, so if for you guys, so anyone that doesn't know, Christy is with child. She has got a bun. At least we know that it's at least one bun in the oven right now. Yep. And she alluded to the name that she's going to name the bun, which is Lucas, I love that name. I love that name. So you're talking about a hobby. I think you're going to be pretty busy in 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about organizing, and I have a feeling that like none of that's actually gonna happen. This is more like I hope, but I have no clue what I'm getting myself into. So
and Donna's so excited.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me like, "Oh, sleep now because you're not gonna get any sleep forever." So I'm like, maybe that's my goal for 2021: sleep more. Hopefully, we'll see.
As Steve will attest, sleep can be both a hobby and a meditation. So
that's right. Practice it daily.
But honestly, I have no idea what to expect. Like, we'll see.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the terrifying part.
Oh. It's the best thing in the world, though.
It is. Yeah. You are in for the best experience ever. Having children is just amazing. How this little human being can create, like, you look at all of this love that you have for this little child. You never, any love that you've ever had before, girl, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
4 more months.
4 more months.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're gonna blink and it's gonna be here.
Yep.
Exactly.
The first 5 went by real quick, so
yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Well, I mean, even for what we've done here, I mean, what has it been? About 9 months? And it doesn't hardly feels like it's been that long. Even though in the moments it feels like forever in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, you look back for a moment or you just take a quick look back and realize how quickly everything passes.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward for, Steve? Oh, I'm sorry, Christy, go ahead.
Okay, any parenting advice? Anything I should know now before this baby pops out?
I'll give you some advice. And
right.
This is just really general, is don't compare yourself to anyone else. Okay, because everybody's going to tell you what they did and this is right and this is this. And, so just be you, and, everything that you do is, as long as you have, give loving that baby, and don't ignore your husband. That's one thing too. Don't try not to ignore the hubby, because they can feel, they won't say anything, but they'll feel like they're not getting any attention. So try to, give them some grace, but, don't try to compare yourself or put yourself on a measure with, oh, I see her doing this and I see them doing that, and how come I'm not looking like this, and how come I'm just saying, don't compare yourself to anyone else.
Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm just saying, great advice. Go ahead, Drew.
I was just gonna say, if you're listening and staying in tune, you'll know what's right, and you'll be listening to a lot of people because you still should. There are things you're gonna pick up, but absolutely, what David is saying, you don't need to compare yourself to anybody else. The only thing you can compare to is, are you better than you were yesterday?
Yeah.
So we do have a comment. It's on the other side, so I can't really pull it up. But Terry said, parenting is awesome. It's an awesome job, best job that you'll ever have. As long as you love what you do, you'll do great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
That's good. Good advice. So, all right, I guess, gosh, you guys, it's already 9:17, and I feel like we could just keep going and going and going, with, what, because we didn't even talk about what we learned in 2020, which that's a whole nother show. So maybe on our next one, we can do some reflecting, because we'll be in 2021 the next time we come back. So
today's the last Monday of 2020.
Yeah.
Are you guys actually? What are you doing for New Year's Eve? I mean, are you getting out? Are you running to the Space Needle among the masses of? No,
right?
No. Oh,
we'll be here, right here.
Yeah. Even watching on TV is going to be different, though, right? Because I don't know about you guys. Even though Don and I, more often than not, are kind of at home and with the boys, kind of ringing in the New Year's. We're watching the ball drop on TV and seeing Times Square and all these different places where people are celebrating and being joyous. I don't know what that's supposed to look like this year.
I don't know. Aren't there, maybe there's Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve happening in some other states. So I don't know. Maybe is it going to be Christmas Rockin' Eve with the ball dropping, but no one on the streets? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure somebody knows. I don't, though.
Yeah.
I know we're staying home until.
Let us know what's going on. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, I know that every state has their own. I know back home in Miami we had the orange drop. So usually Pitbull would host.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide, which I talk to Steve about it all the time here. People don't appreciate when I give them my phone number. I'm like 305, and they just stare at me. I'm like, never mind. I guess not. I guess you don't know about it. But we have the orange drop. So I don't know if they're gonna have a clips of everyone else, but where is everyone else going? I have no idea.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess I can say what we've gone through in 2020, we are looking forward to some relief and newness in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to a year that will. I think we've used the term new normal, or some people use new normal, but I mean, we're certainly not in a new normal yet because we're still in that transition. But looking forward to 2021 establishing some level of a new normal.
Getting back to social gathering, hanging out with friends, going to places that we haven't been able to do in 2020, just getting out, and being amongst people in crowds, entertainment.
Talking about movies real quick, just to jump back. Have you guys been watching shows or movies and you see like large crowds and you're like, oh, COVID? Does that not happen to you guys?
Oh, it has.
And I'm like, what a life we used to live before COVID, like going bowling and then like eating pizza, like you know how many germs, and you're like eating the pizza. Oh my God. Now I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, no. What were we doing?
Donna says the Space Needle is supposed to have some special effects on TV. Now, I'm not sure if that means they're going to digitally insert people, or are they not actually doing fireworks? They're just going to like overlay fireworks on the Space Needle.
No.
I think they are some sort of a digital something with the Space Needle. So be interesting to see.
It's not even going to be really the Space Needle. It's just going to be a hand drawing.
No. I was going to say like the Tupac hologram at Coachella.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
I guess it's that time. We've
Yep.
reflected. Maybe we'll do some more planning and reflecting on next Monday, or see what you guys. What did we do in for New Year's? We'll see. I am going to do the drive-through at the Puyallup or the State Fairgrounds. There's the drive-through on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
It's earlier in the day, the light show, the holiday magic. So we're gonna load up in the car and drive through that. It's got 3D and treats and all that stuff. So
that one's sold out real
They're
fast.
already sold out, right?
Yeah, that
Oh.
one.
they
I was
opened
thinking
up,
that sounded like a good plan. Shoot.
yeah, they opened up a couple more days. I think throughout because we got on and got our ticket, and it's like $20 a car or something like that. So, but I think they did.
What do they
sold
charge
out
for bicycles? It's like half the wheels.
I don't think you're going to be wanting to ride a bicycle. It's cold out there. But yeah, so I know we're going to do that, but don't know what else. We'll come home and probably eat and then watch TV, watch movie, maybe game night,
Yeah.
So
There are tickets available. It is sold out through January 2nd, but there are tickets for January 2nd too. Oh, from 7 to 9. Oh, you got like a window of time you can drive through. I see. So there's some still available for 9 to 10 on January 2nd, and then there are some for January 3rd. Yeah, for January 3rd.
So a few more tickets left.
Yeah, we did the Spanaway one, and it was great. The Fantasy Lights. We do it every year. It was great, easy. Just get there early, because if not, we did wait in traffic for like about an hour.
Yeah.
But there's no time slot. There's no. You don't have to get the tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, it's free.
Yep. What?
Is it free?
No. They have a military discount, and it's also discounted if you buy them online, but it wasn't free. It was like $10 or something. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that, but it was great.
Good. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to be seeing you guys each other next year, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely no energy for that. So we're gonna see y'all next year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're saving all of our energy for the first of the year.
2021. We're at the tail end of 220. We're just gonna be. We're glad to be out of 220. 221. It's here, knocking at our door.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long year. It's been a long year, but very quick. I don't know. It's been weird.
It always feels like that, though, doesn't it? Like we get to the end of the year and can't believe that it's almost done.
It's the tunnel. You start the new year off, and then it's like you go through this tunnel, and it's like this warp speed tunnel that seems kind of slow when you're in it, but then you end up on the other side of it, and you're like, man, that was kind of weird and fast. Yeah. So it's the tunnel. Might have been the COVID tunnel this year, but Yeah,
because everything compresses on itself in hindsight.
It does.
And it compresses even more the older we get.
That it does.
No. I'm going to have to go get my walker soon. Put little tennis balls so it doesn't scrape off the floor.
As soon as that time comes, you're going to be remembering this moment saying, damn it, I remember.
Steve, I won't be remembering any moment.
Jurgen will pray for you. That's all.
I'll need it, and I do need it. So,
all right. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
All right, you guys. Who wants to take us home for the last wrap up for our 100th episode of Talent Talk?
2020.
In 2020. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we'll just all say a big be bold. We know it's been a year. We're looking forward to more time with you. And I'm so thankful for our friendships. There's been so much that's gone on this past year that we, our hearts have been broken. We've had celebrations, babies being born and buns in the oven and lives lost and jobs and so much has happened, but then we still have so much to be thankful for. And so we're looking forward to another year of renewal and happiness and joy and life and love. And so let's just be bold because we can be and we need to be. So
yeah. Pat, it is exciting. Sherilyn, see you next year. As we go into 2021, it feels like, you ring out the last year, but in this case, it feels like you ring out 2020 and then, we ring in 2021. So,
yeah.
All right, you guys, count of 3. Last Be Bold for 2020. We'll do this again in 2021.
Okay, so how about we count out? We count to like 2020 then.
Yeah, you can do that on your own.
We'll be ending this about 11 o'clock. So
on January 2nd, right? Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Be bold.
Happy New Year, guys. We love you.
Happy New Year's.